What's up, everybody? It's your boy George coming back with another bullish video. And if you're new to the channel, like and subscribe. And if you're returning, you're an OG. And right now, we're going to be looking at ICP, what I believe is the most undervalued crypto in the market. And currently, we're at a price of $5.14 at about a 2.7 billion market cap. And we're at the 39th spot right now. So we're teasing that 40th spot, but I'm not too worried. But all I gotta say is WTH is going on right now in the market. And all I gotta say is I gotta answer. Historically, August and September, those are red months. So I'm gonna be expecting a lot of red for these next 2 months. And that is just another sign for me to buy, y'all, and get into a better position. So let's go on X right here and let's see what's going on today. So we got something from Cointelegraph. Flashback. These are the top 5 assets from August 6, 2017. Bitcoin only cost $3,213. Imagine you got into Bitcoin during the 2017. So you see, Bitcoin, $3,213.94. Ethereum, $261.57. XRP, 18 cents. Bitcoin Cash, $220.66. Litecoin, $45.10. So I can only imagine anyone who got into Bitcoin and had conviction, they're happy right now. Imagine you put in 100K right in Bitcoin then, how much you would be at now? That would be crazy. But that's investing right there. One day it may not be anything, but years later, it could become something big, so it's best to just buy and hold. So now we got something from Cointelegraph, Bitcoin, and this is an alert. Historically, August and September have been red months for Bitcoin. And this is what I'm saying. This is just history right here, you guys. So it's nothing to be too worried about. And look, this could be one of the biggest years in crypto. So if anything, this is the time you want to be positioned. Because if you're not positioned and we go on a bull run and you come into the chat talking about what should I do, we going to be looking at you like exit liquidity, bro. So please don't be our exit liquidity. And I'm just kidding, bro. We won't do you like that. But come on, bro. Step in and get in the group now while you can. So now we got something from Cointelegraph. And it says huge. Sharplink Gaming acquires another 53.48 million worth of Ethereum. And it sounds like a lot of these companies are trying to work with Ethereum, get in on the smart contracts. And that only gives me the context clues that soon we're going to have to start seeing people go on chain, fully on chain. And when that day happens, just know I'm already positioned. Because I'm not worried about what people are thinking right now. I'm worried about what people could possibly be thinking in the next few months or even years, right? So let's go to the next post, you guys. So we got something from Vault. It says 0% tax on crypto in for EU citizens. Legal, permanent. Best options for Europeans in 2025. So 0% tax on crypto for Europeans. So I want to see how that works, y'all, because 0% tax sounds kind of crazy. But now we got something from the Extravagant Village. And it says ICP will break out and you will miss it because you sold. So the SEC unveiled Project Crypto on July 31st and the interest rate cut signal flashed on the 1st of August. With the U.S. jobs report showing a weakening labor market, the Fed is more inclined to cut rates and inject liquidity into the economy, while the labor market is weak than when it is strong. With these obvious signals flashing, you woke up the next morning and sold your bags of the best blockchain technology in the entire space. Selling your ICP at this price is a questionable act. It's not clear what you're thinking, but it's not a healthy decision you've made. Think about it. You didn't hold for 4 years just so you can miss the alt season in the next couple of months. And imagine that, y'all. everyone that's been holding for 4 years, you guys better not sell your bags. Come on, don't sell your bags if you've been holding for 4 years, especially if you've been holding 20 plus. Come on, y'all. We got to get through this together, y'all. We got to get through this together. So let's keep going, y'all. Let's keep going. And we got something from Chiefy. And it says Bitcoin will hit the breakout on August 5th. We're going to see about that. It says the next target is 350K. And altcoins will pump 200x. Every $100 today will turn into 20,000 next month. Here's my list of low cash with massive upside potential. And look, y'all, all I got to say is, and I'm going to actually look at his list too. Bro, everybody's saying the same thing. I'm not the type of person, I'm not going to tell you the date the bull run is going to start. But I'll say this. We all know that the patterns, they all look the same. From 2017, 2021, now 2025. So look, if you don't understand the pattern, basically we're going to have 2 red months, and then in October, late September, we should start seeing the market take up and start moving up. And from there, we should start seeing some life-changing money. But look, if you don't got a lot of money, you should just be focused on making profits. If you under 10K invested in the market, you should be really just focused on trying to get to that next 10K, you feel me, to the 10K. If you got over 10K, maybe you could focus on more stuff. But yeah, y'all, just look, it's about to get real interesting in these next few months. I would not want to miss it. So next post. And it's from Watcher Guru. It says, just in, President Trump says the U.S. will boom in 5 or 6 months from now. And this is what I'm saying, y'all. You do not want to miss this. And when he says boom, this means the economy is going to boom. So that means crypto should boom with it.
5 or 6 months from now, with all of the things that are happening.
Let me start it all the way from the top.
Wait till you see the boom that this country goes through in 5 or 6 months from now, with all of the things that are happening. Car plants are getting ready to start built. Mm-hmm. They're going to be built by record numbers.
And a lot of people said they got rich during Trump's presidency last time. So, hey, we better eat. And like I said, my portfolio, I seen a good little amount in my portfolio in 2021. So, hey, y'all, let's eat together, y'all. Let's eat on ICP. Let's eat on Bitcoin. And let's just eat on all the altcoins, y'all. Let's eat.
The AI stuff is crazy, what's going on there. Billions and billions, trillions of dollars is being, and it's all going to start very shortly now. It's amazing. We've taken in almost $17 trillion of investments in this country. And wait till you see what happens. We're going to have a successful country like I think we've never had before.
He said a successful country like we never had before. And actually, my bad. Let me go back and look at this dude's altcoins real quick. Let's see if we can get him. Ondo, Data, Filecoin. Ooh, Filecoin, Helium, Rio. See, look, the homie, I told y'all, the homie, he got Filecoin instead of ICP. He actually put a few $100 in the Filecoin. And there's nothing wrong with Filecoin, but look, y'all, I'm going to still pick ICP over everything. And then we got Helium, Rio, Bera, JUP, Sui, Render, Ban. So, as you guys can see, a lot of people do not be talking about ICP. Only people that are more willing for the risk, because like I said, ICP does have a bad name. So, a lot of people will watch out for ICP because of that. So, now we got something from Unusual Whales, reporter. Going forward, why should anyone trust the numbers? Trump. You're right. Why should anyone trust the numbers? Let's see what Trump said. And look, y'all, Trump, if he finna make people millionaires, I wonder how people gonna feel about him then. But, I mean, a lot of people who don't support Trump, I don't think they're investors really. So, they might not care. But me personally, if he makes me a millionaire, he won't be my favorite president. But I won't be mad, y'all.
Monthly job report. Going forward, why should anyone trust the numbers? Well, and if you're right. No, you're right. Why should anybody trust numbers? You go back to election day. Look what happened 2 or 3 days before with massive, wonderful job numbers, trying to get him elected or her elected, trying to get whoever the hell was running. Because you go back, and they came out with numbers that were very favorable to Kamala. Okay.
Hey, and do you guys think that the election in 2020? Yeah, the election in 2020, do y'all think that was rigged? Because I don't know. I feel like Trump might have actually won that one, but I don't know. That was a weird election, y'all, to me.
They're trying to get him elected, trying to get her elected. And then on the 15th of November or thereabouts, they had an 800,000 or 900,000 overstatement reduction right after the election. It didn't work because you know who won, John? I won. On the monthly draft report.
But yeah, I don't get too caught into politics. I get more caught into the finance.
Look at the pattern.
And when it comes to politics, it does somewhat correlate with finance. So we got something from Trending Bitcoin, and it says Billionaire Chamit Palihapitiya, yo, he got a crazy last name, explains why Bitcoin is going to 1,140,000 this cycle. Must watch. And let's see what he's talking about, y'all. And we're going to speed this up too, because everybody is speculating a different number. We got people saying 250K, 500K, a million. So let's see what he's talking about and what his reason is for that. So here we go.
A Bitcoin after a halving. So here's a little Bitcoin price analysis for you guys. So there's been a couple of halving cycles that have happened. And I asked him to go back and look at the price performance 1 month after a halving, 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, 12 months, and 18 months after a halving. And what you notice is that there are these moments initially where essentially when you go through a Bitcoin halving, people are sort of reassessing what's happening and they're trying to figure it out. That's sort of what I would say happens in the first month and roughly what also happens in the first
Are we going to see ICP go crazy?
3 months. But then within 6 months to a year and 18 months of these things, there are these crazy price appreciation cycles that happen. So that's what this page shows, which is, 18 months after the first halving, the Bitcoin price returned 45x. After the second halving, it returned almost 28x. And after this third halving, it returned almost an 8x, which is really incredible returns in such a short period of time. If you go to the next page. And so if you graph that, this is what it starts to show, which is what is this price performance after each of these halving cycles. Now, why is that interesting? Well, it's interesting because on top of this halving, which theoretically, if history is a guide, we should see some price appreciation. Obviously, the other thing that's happened is we've commercialized Bitcoin.
So what do y'all got? Y'all got Bitcoin going to 250K this cycle. I could see us hit the 200K maybe, but $1 million this cycle, that's absolutely crazy. Like I said, the Bitcoin power law says $1 million by 2040, but it also said 100K by 2028. So we did reach 4 years ahead. So let's see too. Let's look at the Bitcoin power law, and this be pretty solid with like the information and everything about Bitcoin. And like I said, we should be a little bit ahead. So yeah, it says the price will reach 100K per Bitcoin no earlier than 2021 and no later than 2028. After 2028, the price will never drop below 100K. So right now, do you guys think Bitcoin will ever go under 100K? That's the real question. The price will reach 1 million per Bitcoin no earlier than 28 and no later than 2037. So it was 2037, not 2040. After 37, the price will never drop below 1 million. So if you in it for the long haul, yeah, Bitcoin can be a solid chart. But like I said, do you guys believe that Bitcoin can go to 1 million this year in 2025? That's a good question. I don't think so, but that's a good question. So let's hear what he's saying, though.
And we talked about this sort of as my big prediction for 2024, which is these ETFs are really going to allow Bitcoin to cross the chasm and have its sort of central key moment, right? And so if you apply the averages, and again, these are just averages, they're by no means predictions. Okay, so I just want to qualify that.
Yeah, this is not financial advice.
It's not financial advice. These are just guesses. Data. We took these and we applied it to the price of Bitcoin. And if you go to the next page, you start to see what could happen if you just take the average of the last few cycles, because the first cycle was so extreme, and you start to...
so you're just doing cycle 2 and 3 here, to be clear.
Just the averages of cycle 2 and 3, and what you start to see is some really meaningful appreciation. And when I talked to Wences about this, how he explained it, which makes a lot of sense to me, is there are a lot of countries that will never look at Bitcoin credibly, even if they support it. The US may be one of those, but there's an increasing body of countries that will become dual currency. And they will look at their local.
You heard that. There's an increasing body of countries that will become dual currency. So even if America doesn't accept Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, I'm pretty sure other countries like China, Brazil, Russia, the BRICS countries, and even some of the other G7 countries, they're going to end up accepting Bitcoin, and they're going to start peeling into the layers and seeing what else they can get out of Bitcoin and what else is connected to Bitcoin, like internet computer, Ethereum, and they're going to start investing into other coins, but also using the technology. I'm telling people that's where ICP comes in. When they talk about using the technology, ICP has the data centers, they have the nodes.
Currency, and then they will look at Bitcoin. And they will say both of these two things are needed. One, when you're transacting on a daily basis for random goods and services. And two, when you need to buy a permanent asset that needs to have residual value, you'll use something like BTC. And I think that's a very powerful concept. And if you look at what this price chart could indicate, is that if this thing starts to get to these levels of appreciation, it is going to completely replace gold and start to become.
So he's saying it's going to replace gold. We'll see about that. So we got something from Monkey DJ, my guy, and it says ICP dominates real tech talk, compute, AI storage, and security, all in one chain. Top DPIN projects by social activity. So in first place, Tau, second place, ICP, third place, Render. And that's not bad to be in third place. Like I said, we're usually at the top of most lists. So for us to be in the top three, almost on every list, that's how you know ICP is working. We're working in the dark. So when we finally come to the light, we can shine like the way we're supposed to. And it's okay, y'all. If you don't believe in the project, sell right now. In a year from now, come back to the channel.
You should really look at the pattern of Bitcoin.
Hey, shut up. No, I'm just kidding. But let's see right here. So we got something from World of Statistics. And it says Donald Trump's 6 billion network. So this is Donald Trump's 6 billion network breakdown. So he has 3 billion in crypto. So Trump ain't playing with the crypto, y'all. It's crazy. A lot of these billionaires and millionaires, they're starting to invest a lot of their portfolio into crypto because at the end of the day, yeah, it's cool having all these stocks. And if you already made your returns, and the stock market is going to continue making returns for people forever. But people are realizing that crypto has the better returns. It's more volatile, but if you're already a billionaire, investing into Bitcoin is a no-brainer. But for us, it's a little bit more things that we have to do. Like we're going to have to look into altcoins like ICP, XRP, and you're going to have to catch the good market caps. But for billionaires, they can invest into Bitcoin. So now we got from Truth Social, 2.2 billion, hotel 1.1 billion, real estate 1.1 billion, licensing 600 million, US golf hotel restaurant revenue 378 million, token sales 57.4 million, Ireland and Scotland golf/hotels 38.9 million, overseas licensing 31 million, royalties 26 million, U.S. management fees 22 million, passive interest 12 million, NFTs 1.2 million. Hey, don't sleep on the NFTs, y'all. A lot of people be saying invest into the NFTs, and when the NFTs start becoming something, when them GameFi projects like Sandbox start getting talked about, like I said, that's gonna be a quick run. And y'all already know your boy I'm finna get my 20K Sandbox. I'm not rushing right now. I already got 5K Sandbox. I threw 1,000 in, y'all. F it. The price is already 90% down. But look, I'm finna get to 20,000 shares. And hey, if Sandbox hits its all-time high, y'all could do that. If you know, you know. I'm gonna be up. But even if it hits $1, $2, I'm gonna be collecting 20 to 40K. I won't be mad with that. So on to the next post. And it says income sharks. Retail tried returning to crypto in 2024 and got rugged on memes. Then they went to stocks, which have done really well. You can tell by all the meme stocks moving and the overhauled plays running that are heavily shorted. Soon stocks get boring, then crypto starts getting wild. So y'all see that? Retail's about to run back to crypto soon during bull season. And us, the people that actually just stayed in right now, we gonna be eating and using them as exit liquidity. So now we got something from Neil Hillman. And I love Neil Hillman's post, and it says alert. ICP is years ahead of every other blockchain. Here's why. The Internet Computer Protocol, ICP, isn't just another blockchain. It's an entirely new computing paradigm. Most projects are still figuring out how to scale basic smart contracts. Meanwhile, ICP has already achieved what others claim is on the roadmap. Fully on-chain AI and apps. ICP is the only chain where smart contracts called canisters can host and run full applications, websites, and AI models natively without relying on AWS, IPFS, Oracles, or off-chain APIs. Others just use smart contracts to trigger off-chain logic. Web speed infinite scaling. ICP's chain runs on a sharded network of subnets operating in parallel. Subnets upgrade smart contracts without downtime. No L2s, no bridges, finality in 1 to 2 seconds. Even under full load, no other chain has this level of decentralized performance. Reverse gas model. Unlike ETH or Sol, users on ICP don't pay gas fees. Developers prepay compute cycles. This enables seamless UX for Web 2, like app, a non-negotiable for mainstream adoption. Chain key cryptography. ICP can sign transactions on external chains and web platforms using native cryptography. No wallets, bridges, or browsers extensions needed. This unlocks interoperability that no other chain has achieved. Real-time governance, NNS DAO. ICP's DAO controls code, upgrades, node inclusion, and economics in real time. Others talk about decentralized governance. ICP executes it every 15 minutes. How far ahead is ICP? Tech years ahead, most chains like Ethereum, Sol, and Near rely on off-chain infrastructure, can't host real apps. Even their best case roadmaps, L2 scaling, stateless clients, modular DA layers, are 3 to 5 years from current ICP capabilities, assuming flawless execution. Dependency bottlenecks. ETH tied to off-chain infrastructure, Infura, IPFS, Arbitrum, etc. Solana, fast but centralized, and not AI capable. Others, modular but fragmented, not app hosting ready. ICP is the only layer 1 that replaced the Web 2 stack, not integrated with it. TLDR. ICP is not just another blockchain. It's a decentralized cloud that runs full AI, apps, and finance tools on chain. How? Others are 3 to 5 years behind. That's if they can even solve the structural limits ICP has bypassed. ICP is what blockchain was meant to be. And this is the big reason why I'm invested, y'all. Because ICP is ahead of the game. And I don't know about y'all, but when I grew up, I seen a movie called High School Musical. And I think it said, well, it didn't say you got to get ahead of the game. Oh, you got to get your head in the game. But hey, look, if you're not invested into ICP, you know what they say, you got to get your head in the game. No, I'm just messing with y'all, but we got something from Rapid Response, and it says POTUS on tariffs. We're going to pay down debt. We have a lot of money coming in, much more money than the country's ever seen, by hundreds of billions of dollars. We should have done this many years ago. So y'all see Trump, he said he's doing stuff that should have been done many years ago. And all I got to say is we better see the market go up. That's all that matters. Look, if we all see the market goes up as investors, that's all that matters.
Well, we're going to pay down debt. We have a lot of money coming in, much more money than the country's ever seen, by hundreds of billions of dollars. And there could be a distribution or dividend to the people of our country. I would say for people that would be middle income.
And like I said, we're investors. We're trying to make money. So I want to see the market go up. But I'm also definitely interested in blockchain technology because I believe blockchain technology, especially something like ICP, is able to bring our world to a new level that we never had before, allowing people to have sovereignty over their information. That's a big step. And then also allowing people to create their own apps from their phones. So I'm definitely still interested in the technology. But hey, man, we need our money and we need it now.
People and lower income people, we could do a dividend, but one of the things we're going to be doing is reducing debt. But we have hundreds of billions of dollars pouring into our country now. We should have done this many years ago. And I did it in my first term with China. We didn't get to the rest because COVID hit. And you couldn't really go to France and Spain and Italy.
You already know America and some crazy debt, stay creating money and all type of stuff. So I guess Trump is getting tired of that.
They say, let's start talking about some tariffs. But China was paying us hundreds of billions of dollars in tariffs, and we did it then. And then Biden screwed it all up. He screwed everything he touched. He screwed up. Well, we're going to pay.
Hey, y'all, don't mess with the MAGA man. He said he finna make America great again. And we gonna see, look, in the next 4 years, if all the investors that invested into crypto got a bag, if the market looking good again and people got jobs and hey, well, what can we say? He might have MAG'd and made America great again. Hey, but hey, man, it's a lot more we gonna have to do than that, y'all. But hey, now we got something from Chain Mine, and it says alert. Altcoins just hit the gold cross. Last time it was triggered, alts grew by 4,000%. 1K will become 100K to 150K to 2 to 3 months. I researched 500 alts. Here are the 8 best to accumulate for 2025. So look at this, y'all. He's saying 1K to 100 to 150K. That's possible, but you don't want to be looking for pumps like that with that little bit amount of money. Turning 1K to 2K is already good enough. But let's see what bro's list is, man. Let's see. And my bad. Let me see if I can find it real quick. So Degen University. My bad, y'all. I'm trying to get y'all the name of the coins. So I think I got a few of them right now. So we got ZBCN. He got FRAX, IOTA, AIC, ACH, Alchemy Pay. I've heard actually some stuff about them. Wormhole, Bonk, the meme coin, Dex. So he's saying those coins can turn 1,000 into 250K. Hey, do what you want to do with that, man. Like I said, I'm not really going for that type of, pump. But we got something from Solana Gambling, and it says Eric Trump just said to buy the dip. The secret, he did the same in February 2025, right after the whole crypto market crashed. Bitcoin dropped to 75K. Ethereum lost over 60% value. Here's why it's a manipulation and what you must do. So you see Eric Trump telling people to buy the dip. All right. And he said it again. So, like he said, and this is what I believe, you should be buying the dip right now, y'all. Because I do believe, like Donald Trump said, it should be getting real good in the next 5 to 6 months. In the next 5 to 6 months, if we're in August right now, that's so September, October, November, December, January. So by January, let's see how the portfolios are looking. And hey, I think I'm going to be happy with my portfolio. I hope you guys are. And it says Crypto Bros in 2026. And it's like I said, 5 to 6 months. Let's see if we looking like this. Like the Rick Ross music on or something. He said, huh? You see that though? By January, he said in the next 4 to 5 months, or maybe 5 to 6. My bad, but hey, if we starting That's around January. So let's see where the portfolios are around January. So now we got something from Sensei. And it says, big warning to crypto holders. Rate cuts are coming. Trillions will enter crypto soon. We will become multi-millionaires in 2025. You heard them. So everybody's saying the same thing. We might have different predictions and different numbers, but everybody is saying at the end of the year, it should get good for crypto. And like I said, you don't want to be nobody's exit liquidity. You want to get in right now on the low prices when it's 90% off. And then you want to get out when everybody else is talking about, I mean, they say what, like buy the rumor, sell the news. So just do that. You feel me? So right now the rumor is the end of the year and the news is going to be all the crypto news. Once people talking about ICP on the main nets and all the people that you know didn't care, hey, you better start collecting some profits, unless you in the 8-year game. Me, I'm going to have a little bit, I'm going to still have partially an amount left, but I'm planning on taking some profits from some of my investments, y'all. So now we got something from Blockchain Panic, and it says ICP represents the future. Many developers are waiting for ICP to surge before investing, but now is the perfect time to bag it. And you see, ICP at $5 currently. Nobody's buying. You might have one person in line. So if you want to go get in line right now, this is the perfect time to go buy what you need. But just know, it's going to get busy towards the end of the year. You don't want to be getting in line at the end of the year. And like I said, right now, financial advisors aren't able to tell people, oh, get Bitcoin, do this, do that. Once they're able to tell people, oh, you can buy Bitcoin, financial institutions are going to start doing research on other altcoins. And by then, they're going to be telling people on the news about the next new biggest cryptocurrency. You do not want to be the guy buying the cryptocurrency, especially ICP, at that time. Because if you are, I don't know what to tell you, man. You a laggard. So now we got something from Coin Bureau, and it says, alert, warning. Rumors are circulating that China has officially banned crypto trading and mining again. However, China hasn't issued any recent announcements on crypto regulations. China crypto ban dates back to 2021. So we're going to see about these crypto bans. And like I said, all of that is just some momentary stuff. Adoption is coming, y'all. So now we got something from Bitcoin Archive. And it's from Max Keiser. Max Keiser predicted 1 million Bitcoin when it was $200 in 2013. Legend. So this is a legend right here. And I wonder if he actually bought Bitcoin. So let's see. And I'm going to speed this up too. So here we go.
What he failed to mention is that Bitcoin is really that revolution. It started in 2009, and it contains within the Bitcoin protocol the seed of the revolution. I call it the currency of the resistance. It allows people, for example, in Greece or other countries, to create their own economy in ways that they want their economy to work for them, outside of a centrally controlled, centrally planned economy like you have in Britain or you have in the United States, controlled by kleptocrats. It completely avoids all of that. It will happen shortly, and then you'll see Bitcoin trading at 1,000, 2,000, 5,000, 10,000. Rick Falkvinia does an excellent analysis. He predicts that Bitcoin will capture between 1 and 10% of the global forex market, which implies a price of between $100,000 to $1 million per Bitcoin. What he failed to mention is that Bitcoin...
So y'all hear, Bitcoin is a way for people to have more freedom. And that's also the internet computer. We're taking power away from big tech, you guys. And that's the whole goal of crypto. So now we got something from ICP Hub Indonesia. And it says, builders, something big is launching in August. Fetch AI is teaming up with ICP to launch the next gen AI hackathon, a global remote friendly event designed to build the future of autonomous AI agents on fully decentralized rails. This is the first ever integration of Fetch AI U-Agent framework with ICP smart contract canisters. No cloud, no Web 2 dependencies, just pure on-chain AI logic. So just know, Fetch AI is teaming up with ICP. You see, even Fetch AI got it pinned on their page. And Fetch AI is a pretty big company. So don't be sleeping, y'all. ICP is making its name. And we got something from World of Statistics. And this is a good one right here, you guys. It says age when they became billionaires. And these are people that we all know. So let's go through a few big names on the list. Mark Zuckerberg, and we talked about him yesterday. He's a bit of a lousy guy, but he became a billionaire at 23. Gotta put some respect on his name. And Bill Gates, billionaire by 31. But this one's crazy. Rihanna, billionaire by 33. Hey, that's respect to Rihanna. She's really the boss girl. You feel me? I ain't gonna say the boss B. That's funny, but then we got Tiger Woods, 33. Jeff Bezos, 37. LeBron, 37. J.K. Rowling, and that's the dude or girl that wrote Harry Potter, 38. Mark Cuban, 40. Elon Musk, 41. Let's see, who else? Jack Ma, 45. Oprah Winfrey, 49. Michael Jordan, 51. Warren Buffett, investing legend, who is probably, well, not over Jeff Bezos, one of the richest people on this list. So look at that, y'all. Anyone can make it. You can do it as early as 23 like Mark Zuckerberg or as late as 56 like Warren Buffett. But your goal doesn't have to be a billionaire, doesn't have to be to become a billionaire. It could be anything. And as long as you keep working towards it, you'll get it when you want to get it. And you'll get it when y'all wants to give it to you. So on to the next thing. And we got something from Pomelo. And it says 425.6K Bitcoin on ICP now. So y'all see that? The CK Bitcoin is growing. And you know what that means? That means the chain is growing. Let's read this. It says coding Bitcoin. It says ICP offers protocol level integration with the Bitcoin network. A canister smart contract. The Bitcoin canister operates effectively as an on-chain Bitcoin light node, receiving, holding, and indexing the complete set of unspent transactions outputs in an efficiently queryable form. This Bitcoin canister offers other smart contracts on ICP the ability to submit signed transactions to the Bitcoin network. Submitted Bitcoin transactions are signed using chain key ECDSA or CK ECDSA signatures, an enhanced version of threshold ECDSA, available only on the internet computer, the only version that is secure in an asynchronous environment such as the internet. CK ECDSA combined with the Bitcoin canister offers canister smart contracts running on ICP, the ability to custody and transact native Bitcoin without the need for any additional third-party off-chain custodial on-bridging solutions. CK Bitcoin is a pair of ICP smart contract building on the Bitcoin canister and CK ECDSA services. The contracts work together to enable users and canister smart contracts on ICP to send and receive Bitcoin value within seconds, far faster than is possible with native Bitcoin chain transactions, while also always allowing users and smart contracts to send and receive value to and from native Bitcoin network addresses. So y'all see that's the power of CK Bitcoin. So now we got something from the extravagant village. It says, ICP gets very attractive when the potential $100 asset within the next 9 months is below $5. You should be bullish on it and not bearish. If this is your first cycle, then it makes sense for you to be panicking. But don't panic. Ignore all the noise from the day traders who got liquidated in their perps. That's the consequence of being impatient and greedy at the same time. ICP has gotten fundamentally super attractive, and the price will soon follow suit. Beast mode is about to be turned on. And I like that, bro. So like he said, y'all, when a potential $100 asset within the next 9 months is below $5, you should be bullish and not bearish. We're going to keep it at that. And we got something from the Kobeezy letter. And it says, Key events this week. 1. July S&P Global Services PMI data Monday. 2. July ISM non-manufacturing PMI data Tuesday. 3. 10-year note auction Wednesday. 4. Initial jobless claims data Thursday. 5. Total of 5 Fed speaker event this week. 6. 20% of S&P 500 companies report earnings. It's going to be a busy August. And just know this week we should see a lot of movement within the market, possibly even some down movement, so just be prepared for that. So now we got the last post of the day. Let's go. And it's from Moses. And it says, I asked ChatGPT to give me the 3 best tokens to buy and make huge profits in the ICP ecosystem. This coming altcoin run. This is what I got. 1, it said Bob. Big original Bob. Why it's a top pick? Bob is currently the leading meme token in the ICP ecosystem, with a growing, very active community and expanding utility integrating with services and games. Is gaining traction both in and outside the ecosystem. Potential catalyst, more exchange listings, new meme integrations, NFT collaborations, and strong social media hype. Risk level, moderate to high, meme coin dynamic, but early buyers usually benefit most, like any coin. And we got Caffeineai. Why it's a top pick? Caffeineai is bringing AI capabilities on chain, burning tons of cycles which support ICP's tokenomics, and actively building within the internet computer. It rewards early adopters and has strong developer backing. Potential catalyst. Token releases if not launched yet. More AI utility features and ecosystem partnerships. Risk level. Medium. Utility plus AI equals hype plus function. When their token launches fully, it could do very well. So we're going to see. And I don't know, is there going to be a Caffeineai token? And then the open chat token. Okay. So we got to see. In that Anakai who commented, is Anakai a little salty they not on the list? Hey man, ChatGPT been a little unreliable lately, y'all. That's why I'm saying, man, we need AI on chain. But look, all I gotta say is if you're not invested into ICP, I don't know what you're doing. But thank you guys for watching, and y'all bless.